It's no secret Michigan is one of the most agriculturally diverse states in the country. Second, actually, just behind California. There are 300 commodities grown and produced here, and the Farm News 5 team recently paid a visit to a Lapeer County farm to get up close and personal with its lavender crop.
We started the farm in 2015. My husband and I had done a lot of research about agricultural options to do here on the farm. Cranberry bogs were looked at, garlic and hops, all kinds of things, grapes. But my husband landed on lavender. I think looking through photos online, going to look at farms in Washington State, things like that, and kind of invoking the flavor of Europe with the French fields of lavender, and he thought that that would draw a lot of people. So he planted our first field in 2015, about 9 varieties then. We were not very knowledgeable about either lavender or farming, so we have learned a lot over the last 5 years. I'm Trisha Dennis at Indigo Lavender Farms in Emily City, Michigan. So lavender is a perennial. We plant it as a field plug. It does not need a lot of water, and in fact it doesn't like to be too wet. So the lavender is very drought hardy. It will grow and mature in 2 to 3 years, and then has a lifespan for production purposes for about 10 to 12 years. But we are replacing the perennial plants every year, about 10 to 15% based on winter kill or other things. It generally doesn't get any diseases or pests, so we can go completely chemical free, but that also means we do everything by hand out here. So we plant by hand, we do the raised beds with the tractor, we cut the holes, we plant it by hand, we weed by hand. It goes dormant during the winter, begins to come out of dormancy in the spring, usually in April. If we don't have a hard late frost, they will keep on growing and going right through May and June, and our early bloomers will bloom in late June. Harvest the flowers for production, either for oil or for the long stems. Then we can either take the buds off or use the stems for lots of products and home decor items. So then in late June, we will open up the farm for U-pick. And so people come out, we give them a band and scissors, and they love to walk through the fields and cut the new blossoms. During that time, we also will start our own harvest. So the early blooms go to dried lavender, so we cut as long a stem as the plant will allow. Each one of them has a little bit different profile. And we will take small bundles of them, we wrap them in a rubber band and use a paper clip that's unfolded, and we hang them upside down in the store, just like any herb that you would dry in your house. We have about 2 to 3 weeks dry window, and then they can be used either as dried stems and sold that way in bundles, made into wreaths. We can take the buds off. Buds are useful for all kinds of crafts, soaps, sachets, potpourris. We also can distill it into oil. So we can do, with the lavender angustifolias, you can make a lavender essential oil, or these intermedias produce a lot of oil for us, a lavandin oil. And lavender is a favorite of a lot of people. Build it and they will come, and we have been just overwhelmed with encouragement and support and love for the lavender.